Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Great. Here we are.
Here we are again. Big episode 21.
We're doing it.
Yep, it's we're legal now as a podcast.
That's
totally
right.
legal.
Right, no restrictions.
No restrictions. This is big time stuff, kids. We're all grown up. We're 21 in.
Yeah.
This is it.
Feels good.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to do a interestingly, because it is kind of a fun podcast number, we're doing a film, which I don't think I've told you this.
What?
We're doing, so I know that you know the film that we're doing. We're doing Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
The Sands of Time.
Right.
But what you might not know is this is the film, because it came out in 2010.
Right.
Way back. Way back.
15
years
ago.
This was the film that I watched and said, man, I want to do a podcast. Because I came out of that film going, I could fix that.
Is that right?
This is the beginning.
This is the one.
This is the epicenter.
Yeah.
Of I Can Fix Your Movie.
The inspiration.
It really was.
For all other movie fixes.
And it's because it really had a cool premise, I thought.
Yes.
Had a cool premise, had some cool ideas for it, but it just didn't land. It didn't stick the landing.
It didn't. And it could have been so great. There could have been more.
Could have been Prince of Persia, Sands of Egypt.
What?
I don't know. I threw in another title.
Okay.
Yeah. The Winds of Time. I don't know. Could have been the water of the whole Avatar thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Could have been.
Could have been
so much more.
So much more. But it wasn't. It just kind of.
It didn't land.
It didn't.
It didn't do very well.
Now you love this movie though.
I do.
You bought this movie.
I do. I own this movie.
Because
it's in my library.
Because you love it so much. And I thought it was always just because you like Jake. But it's okay.
No.
Not just.
I honestly, I think really anybody could have played that part.
Don't. Shh. Jake will hear this.
Sorry, Jake. Jake did okay in it. It's not that. I don't know. There's a lot of things about this movie that I really like. This is one of those movies that the premise of it and some of the different aspects of it sort of
pulled you in,
overshadowed the bad story writing for me. Now, you and I have talked about how, as visual effects have gotten better, a lot of times, the writing has gotten lazier because they just expect the visual effects to be enough. And it's not good enough for me.
Right,
okay,
a picture's worth 1,000 words, but you still got to have a couple words in there.
You still got to have some
couple
words.
Good ones.
For me, okay.
Yes. Okay.
I'm an action movie freak.
Yeah.
And so
you love the hiya.
You
love
the action in this movie was enough for me. I'm just gonna tell you, it was enough for me. As we talk about the story, yes, I think the fixes that we talked about will make this movie a million times better.
Right.
But when I first saw it, the action was enough for me to go, I'm going to own this movie and I'm going to watch it again.
Yeah.
Because I just liked parts of it
and
that much.
And not so much. I was just
you have teased me relentlessly.
I know. It's not so
much. About the fact that I enjoy this movie. And I do. I don't know. I don't know. It's just
it's all right.
There's something about it. It's got some cool things.
I think it, like I said, it had some cool potential to be a really cool movie, but I just think it just is forgotten in the sands of time for a reason. It has a 37%, grade.
Right.
For a reason. It's
right.
Just
okay.
A lot
I see its flaws. I really, truly, honestly do.
I'm just publicly shaming you.
There was enough in it, though, that
made you want to see it.
I overlooked.
Not just see it, own it.
Yeah. Don't think less of me, guys.
Yeah.
I overlooked its major flaws because of the action.
Well, even in the rewatch, we're rewatching it again, and you're like going, "Huh?" And I'm like, "Nope."
I was like,
"Not much better."
That was cool, right? That was cool.
Hey, that was cool, right? Alfred Molina was funny. Yeah, he was very funny. Good for him.
I didn't say anything about Alfred Molina being funny. That's not what I liked about this film.
You love those ostriches. You know you
Stop
did.
It. No.
They're suicidal, you know.
Stop.
Okay. All right, let's get to it. The Prince of Persia. All right, let's just a quick summary here.
Okay.
It's Sands of Time 2010. Follow back with me.
Oh, I thought you were making the sound of the sand.
Yes, I was.
It's amazing.
There it is. It follows Dastan, the street orphan who was adopted by the royal family in ancient Persia. Mm-hmm. And he was just out in the street and he threw an apple, hit a guy.
He stood up for his friend.
Yeah, the king was like, "I'm adopting you for some reason."
He saw his bravery.
Yeah. And then later on, the king, his father, is murdered. But Dastan is framed for this crime. Mm-hmm. And his two brothers immediately are like, "Yeah, it was him." Mm-hmm. He goes on the run. And with the princess Tamina, right, from the land that they just invaded. Mm-hmm. And she's this guardian of a mysterious dagger that can reverse time.
Right.
But just like a minute. Right?
Just a minute.
Just a minute. And they journey across the desert in, through ancient ruins and all this stuff. And as he does, Dastan uncovers the conspiracy that it was actually his uncle Nizam who planned the murder and the king,
right.
blah, blah. What he plans to do is take the dagger and rewrite history by stopping his self as a child from saving
his brother who was the king,
who was going to be he is the king, right, and who was in line to be the king because there was a lion attack and he, as a little boy, killed that lion. No. But if he stops his younger self from doing that, then he would become the king,
right?
And so, kind of, they race against time itself, right, to clear his name and stop his uncle from this terrible betrayal. From
getting the dagger.
Right.
And actually accomplishing.
And through it, of course, the true meaning of honor and destiny and family, right? And sacrifice. And brotherhood. Before the sands of time run out.
Yep. Is
the storyline.
And he falls in love along the way.
And he falls in love. But that's kind of a side plot that just didn't really work out, did it?
I think it was a major point in the film.
It was a major point in the film. But man,
and it worked out fine for them.
Yeah.
No, I know what you're saying. There's a better way.
Yep. And we're going to try
to get into that.
We're going to try to get into that. So what we liked. I liked that they tried to keep some of the video game aspects. So if you did not know, this was a video game.
Yes, this is based on a video game, which I have never played.
Yeah.
But I was aware that it was a video game.
Right. And so the idea is somebody had the idea, we'll have a dagger that you can undo a move.
Right, you can mulligan.
Yeah, you can have a bunch of mulligans to go, I'll do it again. But, there's limited amounts of redos, sure. in the game. Same thing here, because they do that with sand. So the special sand can allow you to do that. Okay, cool. So it has a lot of video game elements. And the thing is, they show, Jake Gyllenhaal, who plays Dastan, doing all these parkour jumps and all this stuff, which is very much like the game.
It's what I love most about this film.
Yeah, there you go.
It's really what drew me in.
Right. And it's fine. It's cool. I like that aspect of it. And it just kind of felt like, the jumps and the movement of it is that kind of thing. So, yeah.
Yeah. I like the parkour. I like the action. I like the fight sequences. Really, the parkour was something that I had been wanting to see in a film, and they added it in. I think we'd even talked about when they made the live action Aladdin.
Yeah,
we were like, "Oh man, they missed an opportunity."
On Broadway, yeah.
No.
On Broadway. I saw the Broadway show, and I went,
Oh, they should have added.
They should have done
parkour there. Yeah, maybe that's what we were talking.
Yeah,
anyway, and then when we saw it in this film, I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that like they kind of incorporated that in. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. All right, hot take missteps, just to kind of off the bat. Well, how about I'll do one, you do one, I'll do it, because I got two. I got two.
Sure.
Two hot take missteps that really bothered me. So let's talk about those accents. Let's start right off the bat. It's Persia. So it's Persia. So let's get those English accents out, everybody. All right, let's go. I mean, it wasn't like Cockney, but good Lord, why do people do this?
I don't know.
You're in Persia. You're Persian, and everyone is here. They're like, all right. Here's the plan, Gaston. Here, everyone, listen. We have to get to the North Gate.
I felt like maybe there were a couple of British actors, and so they just wanted to match. I really don't understand it. I don't know. We talked
Kingsley. No, I'm sorry. Alfred Molina is English, but
he is the girl that plays Tamina. She is.
Yes,
but so maybe he was just trying to match that. I don't really know.
They do this all the time. They do this for Germans, too. They're like, okay, you're Germans, and it should be like, but they're like, no, let's talk like this. They do it all the time. Why is the default? Everything default is English accent, because it's like, oh, that's foreign. And we're just like, I guess, stupid enough to believe, oh, it's a foreign accent.
It's foreign. It's not.
Let's go with it.
It's not your standard American.
And that's good enough for us.
And I think that it's just different enough. Right? that they
why can't we do better?
It's like, okay, Jake, you can't sound like yourself because I don't know. British apparently reads ancient. Ancient civilization. Because like cool. Every movie that we see that is supposed to be some kind of ancient culture, everybody has a British accent. And not necessarily a good one.
No, not necessarily.
I mean, I wouldn't say Jake's was...
Say it. Say it. The movie you love. Say how bad that accent is.
It was so bad. It was bad.
So bad.
It was not good.
That hurt you a little inside to say.
No. I've said it before. It was not a good accent. I didn't understand it. Didn't like it.
Yep. It was bad.
Did not approve.
All right, go ahead. You do one.
Okay, this is silly. I know it's going to sound silly, but near the end of the movie, there's this M'Baku.
Yes.
Knife thrower. Okay.
Powerful.
And it's talked a lot about how precise he is, with these knives. And they even demonstrate it
many times
throughout the movie. Okay. So he's the one that has to go in and get this dagger at the end of the movie. Right. And he's up against this kind of assassin guy.
The other dagger thrower.
So he gets hit in the shoulder. This is so stupid, but he gets hit in the shoulder with this dagger.
Really, in his heart.
No, that at the very end. Like it kills. I'm talking about when he first walks in the room. He gets hit in the shoulder.
Right. Oh, okay. That time, yeah.
He looks down at it, rips it out of his shoulder, and throws it across the room. Not like as a weapon, but like throws it on the ground. Like this darn disgusting thing. How dare it hit me? And in that moment, I'm like, why wouldn't you keep that?
And so your issue is it hit him. Why didn't you use that as a weapon?
It's like, here, I'm going to throw you a knife. Here you go. Oh, thanks. Throws it on the floor. Okay. He's a knife thrower.
But it wasn't his brand of knife.
I don't. That was the stupidest thing to me.
Right.
Every time I watch this film and I see him do that, I'm like.
And it's a lot of times, apparently.
It's like, why would you not keep that?
Yeah.
And use it.
It's not his brand of knife, man. Have I told you about the M'Baku people? They can throw knives, but only their brand.
Only their brand.
Only their brand of knife. That's it. All right, my next misstep. We haven't even started Act 1. We're 15 minutes in. We haven't started first one. So here's the deal. They overrun this city, and they're supposed to present the king with a gift, right?
Yeah.
And the younger brother, I'm so wacky. I'm hanging out with the boys. I don't have time to come up with a gift. I'm such a rebel. And he doesn't come up with something, and he's like, "Oh, I've got a robe for you." He didn't get the gift.
Right.
He clearly, it's like your mom handing you a gift card before you walk into the birthday party. I got this at Target. Here, just give it to him.
Right.
He has no connection to this garb that he's about to present to the king.
Right.
And the garb, number one, how it poisons him through his other clothing, I don't know. Because it clearly was not touching him in any way. Number two issue, as soon as it starts to poison him, all of a sudden, the little loose-fitting cape that was on him before envelops him like it was stuck to him like glue.
Right. Nobody can get it off.
Exactly. Like
he can't get it off.
Like you were wearing a t-shirt and you jumped in the pool. It's stuck on you hardcore. And it is wrapped around the front too. Like it was it's poison time. Like it just sucked up the middle. There was no way. You just yank that thing off because it was tied on by a thin thread on the top. You would just yank that thing off, but no, I can't. Oh, I can't get it off me. Again, an issue. But then, okay, now those are issues, but here's the real big issue.
Yeah.
They immediately go, oh, it was dust on. You gave it to him. He's the murderer.
Yeah.
What?
His own brother was
the brother that they've grown up with.
Yeah, sees him. He's the murderer.
Yeah. How? What?
Wait. Okay, stop.
The present that I had nothing to do with other than taking credit for it. Like, I signed the card. That's all I did. Yeah. I didn't get it. I didn't design it. I didn't make it. How am I getting blamed for it? And that he wasn't like, whoa.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? And stayed right there.
Or that the brother didn't go, hey, what? Who gave this to you? Let's ask some questions.
Yeah.
Let me ask.
But they were like, grab the traitor.
To the bottom of this.
And they're like, oh, we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
What? There had to have been something before setting that up, the mistrust, or it doesn't work.
I think this is a big story plot hole. Yeah. It's a misstep, but it's a pretty big one.
It's a pretty big one.
Because I think it sets up the story of this mistrust between brothers, which doesn't work for this film.
So I'm going to present the idea here that I'm going to kind of try to solve at the end.
Okay.
So this idea that the brothers do mistrust Destin from the very beginning. I think they always kind of did, right? Okay. And it was an easy step for them to say, the brothers never trusted him, and they show him at an early age leaving him out of things, so they just don't trust him. Okay.
Yeah.
That the king was the only person that really believed in this kid.
Okay.
So I think that's the first.
I think
kind of
that
thing.
Would have worked. It would have made more sense.
Right. Other than here's the brother that we celebrate in the king of or the lion of Persia. Yay, celebrate him. He killed the king. What? Boo.
Yeah.
All
just immediately turned on him.
So Act 1, the setup here. Parkour Prince without a pulse. Did you like that?
Yeah.
Our main character, Jakey here, he, it's fun. It's a fun, idea that he was adopted, into the family. It's very Aladdin-y. Yes, you're right. And I think it's an interesting setup, but we never explore, the real connection to the family. And so we just kind of just now touched on that. There's got to be something more, because then his motivation is thin all the way through. His journey feels more mechanical than personal. And it's
and it doesn't make sense.
It just doesn't make sense.
Why his own brothers are chasing him.
Yeah.
Just none of it really makes any sense.
And I'm going to, I'll set up one thing now that I'm going to come back and I'm going to fix in another thing. So here's the pin.
Okay.
But I don't want to give it away yet. When he was so he stopped this guard from basically slapping this other kid that he was with.
When he was young.
Yes, he was young. He's like this little kid, threw an apple, does all this parkour through the city rooftops. Then he gets captured. The king stops him, pulls him up to the horse. But his little friend left there. He's just left.
Yeah, we never see that little friend again.
Right. So I'm going to mention one that I come back to. Okay. So for a fix, you give Destin an inner struggle. How does he fit in this family, right?
Okay.
How does he belong? He's got this kind of imposter syndrome throughout the whole beginning part of this, and he's always trying to earn his father's pride.
Yeah. So we see him at the very beginning. So we go ahead and see like the exposition of his bravery or whatever, but then we see a little bit of their life.
Right,
kind of
a little bit of
up.
their life. Yes.
Scenes maybe of them, when he first comes into the household, that they're like, wait, who's this?
Exactly.
Why did you bring him in? And
because
then
they weren't there whenever the king picked him up.
They weren't there when the king picked him up. And then you see them maybe even older as teenagers, where they're maybe they have privileges that he doesn't, or the king wants him to have those privileges, but the boys shut him out of things, or don't include him in things. And we kind of see that.
Then when he's framed for the king's murder, it's not just like a political betrayal. It's like an identity collapse for him. He's just like, this is the only tie that I had,
Yeah, my dad was my only advocate. My brothers have never liked me. They've never trusted me. They never accepted me. And now, of course, they're going to accuse me when something bad goes wrong.
And the journey for them is clear. It's a reclaiming of who he is and what he is and his honor. And his emotional arc is going to drive that story, and not just have sword fights and not just jump through buildings. Right. So, problem 2, the dagger. When it first appears, it's like, oh, there's a dagger. Okay, that's cool. And then he accidentally hits the jewel on top and resets that little fight around the campfire with the princess. Right. It should be, and to me, then it's kind of like a mechanical MacGuffin, instead of an impactful thing. The film kind of revolves around this.
Around the dagger, yeah.
Around the dagger. And so it's got to accidentally stumble upon it is kind of silly for me.
Okay, so what's the fix for that?
The fix is you've got to see the dagger in earlier. It's whispered in legend. It's an artifact. The scholars mention it in ancient, relics, hidden through time and spoken about in whispers and that kind of. And Destin hears it as the weapon that rewrites fate, but of course he doesn't believe it.
He doesn't believe it.
He's a hands-on guy. He's a realist. He's like, oh,
listen, he's just trying to fit in with his world,
right?
And yeah,
and everybody treats it as superstition, of course, except the uncle, right?
The uncle, has a very strong belief and maybe knows more about it than most, right? Than most people do.
He studies it. He studied it. So when he finds the dagger, of course, the audience immediately knows, oh, that's the dagger that they've been talking about the whole time, and not just some loot, right? That he just happens to
because
have.
As it is, it's a total mystery to us.
Right.
We know she's trying to protect something, but we don't even really know what it is.
Right. So you have to you got to introduce the idea of this earlier on, instead of just once they get there and once they blah, blah, blah. It's just, and of course that leads into the next issue that I'm going to mention here. The magic of the world building of the whole Persian time, it felt very disconnected. It's like the film has, the sands of time and the dagger, and they kind of only have it be in that object.
Right. So you've got this magical dagger in this kind of ordinary world.
Very ordinary world. And to me...
Yes, it's an ancient world.
Yeah.
Yes, it's an ancient city.
Right.
But it's not a magical world, and it's not a magical city.
Right.
So then when you introduce this magical dagger... Of course, nobody believes it.
Of course. Why would they? It seems like so out of place. And so for a fix, I think that you do have a very magical world.
Right.
That they they live in, like,
or at least film it in a way where it feels
very stylized.
It's very stylized,
like a 300, the lighting and the cool shapes and the feel of everything has a really fun, again, stylized is the perfect
so
idea.
It doesn't feel like just
out in the desert,
the planet Earth that we know and are used to, right? It feels like a different world or a different dimension or a different ancient Persia than what we're.
And so, like, you do that through, like, living landscape, right? Mm-hmm. The landscape, the sands shift unnaturally when you walk on it, and everything has kind of got a reactive feel to it. That would be really kind of fun. We talked a little bit about this in when we were talking about John Carter, right? The world has a different feel,
right?
And
it's not just important. Arizona,
right? I think that's really important to, like, tell that as a storyteller,
right? It's a place we're not familiar with. Yeah. It's a new landscape, for us.
That's teeming with magic,
right?
And this dagger is an extension,
right?
Like a honing of the magic of this land,
right?
Right, that it's used specifically. It interacts with the land's magic and can hone it, and the sand is, like, specifically able, and, like, I mean, he was in the film, like, he was, like, pouring regular. She's like, oh, you got to get it from the special place, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's fine, but, like, there's nothing wrong, in my opinion, with, like, having it be a very magical place that they live in. And so having this dagger shouldn't feel out of place to have. Like, it's sought after. People know about it. People, and he's just a non-believer to go, like, okay, whatever. I know that there's some things out there, because they do, like, the little villain assassins, they kind of use that kind of thing. There's a magical kind of snakes that are coming out of their
They have kind of power over the sand.
Yeah,
and it
but
sort of swirls around them.
But they feel out of place.
They do,
because nothing else is magical.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly. You have to kind of set up this world. Obviously, like, Destin can be still skeptical of the dagger, but it all has to be believable within this world that they live in.
Yeah, but, like, when it just, like, here's this magical, dagger. Here's people that control snakes,
right.
But if it all was able to do that, and they were all recognizing of its power, then it wouldn't feel out of place. It wouldn't feel weird at all.
Right.
So, and then also, I think you have to foreshadow consequences of using the dagger and its magic. Just show minor shifts in the sand. The wind changes.
Right.
Whenever it's used, because the thing is, the princess says it really clear. Like, they don't use. It's not like they're using this to redo a chess move.
Right.
Right.
No, it's forbidden. She's clear.
Yeah.
Like, it's forbidden. But we don't know why.
Yeah.
Because to us, it just looks like, oh, you just push the button and
redo a moment.
You get a minute back.
So it has to be one of these things that it's like a magical ecosystem, right? And there's a consequence to using this power.
Whatever it is,
right?
Whatever that consequence is, something happens. It doesn't just turn back time.
Yes.
It affects
this living magical world.
It affects the environment and the people around it.
Right.
And there's a reason that it's forbidden.
Right.
There's a reason they don't just do it all the time.
It's not just like a little plot device. It's a consequence to the magical ecosystem that they live in.
Right, and that's why it's protected.
Right.
Not just
with a guardian, right.
Right, not just because it can destroy the planet, which
we learned that it does. It could do that, yes.
If it destroys the planet, why do we even have it in the first place?
Right.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Right. Well, if this was so powerful it could destroy and they never use it, then because they explain later on at the very end that they just have to return the dagger to the mountain
and it reabsorbs it.
It reabsorbs it, takes it back, but kills one person. They would have been like, "All right, it's going to be you. You're going to
So they would have made that decision a long time ago.
And not just like, well, we don't want to kill her. She's kind of sweet.
Yeah, somebody would have said.
Somebody's going to take the bullet for this. It's going to be you.
Yeah, for the sake of the the human race.
Yep, we're gonna do this. That's obviously an issue, right? Act 2. The middle of this for me gets bogged down. It's just desert chases and wasted potential to me. You've got a bloated middle with no real momentum. They go to ostrich races, for goodness sake.
It just becomes silly.
And I love Molina. I think he's an amazing actor.
Of course he is.
But
there are a lot of amazing actors in this film, I think.
But just like wasted potential of
Wasted. Again, they rely so much on this kind of silly banter between the princess and
that
Destin.
Really does not work.
It's like they're at each other's throats. They don't like each other. She's whiny. He's conceited. It's just kind of this whole listen. It's you've got to have a meaty middle.
Right.
And if you're, if at the beginning, if you're showing the scenes of the brothers growing up, instead of just wasting all this time in the middle of the film, use that extra time at the beginning to kind of set up this relationship with him. Then we
know what you're fighting for.
Then we're on this journey with him. Also, don't make the princess just this silly kind of.
Well, that's a plot point that I'm going to get to, and I agree 100%. We underutilized characters is such a shame. But there's just nothing here. So here's the deal. Here's my fixes here. You got to streamline the middle of this into a thrilling chase narrative.
Right.
Just like in a video game, you've got levels, and you're trying to obtain those levels to get to the end, right?
Yes.
He's got to reach the Temple of Sand to prove his innocence before the uncle, gets to the dagger and releases the sands that kills everybody, right?
Yeah.
Every location should be just like this level in the game. Escalating traps, moral choices, right?
Yeah.
Emotional reveals, all of this.
Exactly.
Should keep building, and momentum is building up. And then it just replaces this wandering kind of silly middle piece of it. Also, and this is a big one for me, we return back. Remember I said at the very beginning, I've got this little moment.
Mm-hmm.
So remember at the very beginning, the king chose Destin to he picked him up and put him on the horse.
Right. I'm going to adopt this kid.
Of course, he tells him to put it on the uncle's horse. He should have put him on his horse and said, here, you're going to ride with the king.
Yeah.
But what happened to his friend? Remember I said his friend just got left out there?
Never heard from again.
Never heard from again. What if?
Mm-hmm.
What if the king picks up this boy and everyone parade goes by and the uncle stays for a second, looks at the young boy and goes...
The kid that was
left.
Yeah.
And says, you were left behind, but I won't leave you. He picks him up.
Mm-hmm.
He puts him on his horse. The king raises a prince. Prince Destin raises a prince, but the uncle raises the assassin that we see later on.
So the guy
with the snakes.
So the guy that he's in league with is actually the kid
that he raised
as a child
to be the assassin,
to be this kind of mystical.
He raises him up in the mystical
assassin.
Arts. He shows him all the ways of evil and all this stuff, and he twists him and he raises him to be this counterpart to Destin, right?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So he's got, the king has his guy and the uncle has his.
Right.
So when they have this final battle, it means something. It's not like here's this weird snake man with a scar on his face. This is my childhood friend.
Right.
And they see each other. He's like, you left me. And he's like, I didn't have any choice I was taken by the king. Right. And but
there's
he's like,
there's
anger.
This history.
Right. There's history for it.
Yeah.
That could have been epic.
Yeah.
That could have been epic and awesome.
And it would have been so much deeper than just these random guys
with snake powers. Right.
Who are doing what the uncle tells them for why?
Why? Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So all of those people could have been like, these are all the orphans that I've taken. He's like,
here's all the orphans I took in.
Here's my orphan crew. Orphans attack.
Assassin crew.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So we touched on this a little bit already. Tamina is just wasted.
Tamina. Let's talk about Tamina.
Okay.
Tamina, she's just kind of this whiny princess. They try to use humor in the banter back and forth between her and Destin. But it just, she just is not likable.
No.
She's not likable in a big part of the movie. And it's not until she actually breaks down and reveals how serious this is that we actually realize who she is, the sacred calling that's on her life,
right?
What her destiny that she's
protecting,
literally
protecting
been trained
right.
to do from the time she was little.
Right.
We need to see this from the beginning.
Right.
I just,
instead of the whiny princess act.
I do not like and then they try to show her as resourceful.
Kind of, yeah, they do. I mean,
they try to show her as a little bit cunning. She pretends to faint, and then she knocks him out. She's trying to get this dagger, but she's doing it in a way that's almost. I know I say the word cartoonish a lot, but when things just get simplified to this, like Three Stooges,
you're right.
I'm just gonna bonk you over the head, and
bonk.
To me, it's totally wasted.
Yeah.
Why can't she be serious?
Right. And so that's the fix. I mean, instead of being the damsel that Destin needs to save a bunch and bickering with him a bunch.
Right.
She's take the example. Look, Princess Leia, she bickered with Luke and she bickered with Han but she kicked, man. She was amazing. She fought as good as, she could fight. She was ready for it. She wasn't just like, She did have some of that, sure. But she was ready to fight and fight for real, right? And that's the fix here.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the fix.
Imagine Princess Tamina as this warrior, right? She can handle a weapon,
right?
She's
Absolutely.
a fighter. We know immediately, obviously, when you talked about the fix earlier about knowing what the dagger is from the very beginning,
right?
So when we see that she's protecting it, we understand the gravity of what her role is, and when we see her trying to get the dagger from Destin, it's because she has a. I don't know, not just for playful banter, but
it's a moral obligation.
Right.
She's the spiritual heart then of the film. She's not just protecting the relic.
Yeah.
Right? She's protecting the timeline itself. She understands that the timeline matters, and if they use this, things happen.
Right.
Right. Even from the first time, she's like, "You use this. Oh no, this is really bad. Don't do this again."
Right. And that importance needs to draw not only the audience to her, but Destin to her.
Right.
He needs to be drawn to her, even though he doesn't believe it at the beginning. There's something about her, the fact that she believes it, the fact that her intensity, her passion for it, her skill, even as a warrior, draws him to her.
Right.
Anyway.
And if she has some power and she's guarding the secret, well, I mean, because they've been guarding this secret for generations, right?
Right.
And she's willing to die for it, and that's commitment.
I mean, we don't really see that until that moment, and it's almost a little bit awkward when she's like, "No, I have to do this." It's like, wait, just a couple scenes before you were, you were dressed as a waitress serving drinks at an ostrich race, and now you're ready to die for this.
Right. Well, that leans then into the romance that has to blossom. She's not just, it's not just silly banter and then all of a sudden they kiss at the end. It's an ideological conflict with them at the very beginning, but then let the romance start to come as they understand each other, because by the end they've come to understand each other's ideas. They've come to understand how to take care of each other, and specifically the gravitas of what the dagger means to the world. And once he's in her world and he gets it, and he's like ready to protect her and the dagger.
Yes. Right.
And then, just make her just an amazing warrior too. Like, let her be able to throw some knives, man. Let her be able to do some good stuff.
Yeah.
It's cool. So, Next, the sands of time are actually not that thematic at all. Like the time reversal gimmick is cool.
Yeah.
But it never really explains like what it means to, actually use the knife in turning back of time. So I think for a fix here, you give the time reversal more of a moral price, not just like the gods wouldn't like it or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. There's a price to be paid. It's each time it creates a ripple, a distortion in time, a distortion in what is actually happening, and he begins to maybe even remember sees or remembers events that are changed, that things that can happen, things that just did happen, because there is a true butterfly effect. Right? It's not just, because then it's just not an action adventure, a silly, fun arcade movie.
Yeah.
It has more about responsibility and regret and deeper themes that make it more of an epic storyline. And that's the thing I feel like video games have really turned into now. I think some of the best storytelling, it's going to sound silly, some of the best storytelling are coming from games.
Yeah.
All right, Act 3, the finale. Okay, I have two things here, but they kind of butt up right next to each other. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be all kind of jumbled together here in this one big thing, but follow me to the end, okay?
Okay.
Remember at the very beginning I said there was something I was going to come back to. This is it.
Okay.
Right here.
Yeah.
Of course it is, because it's the last point.
Because it's Act
of the
3.
podcast.
You're right. Mm-hmm.
Right. So hitting the reset button, and it's the kind of the climax leading up to the climax, okay? Mm-hmm. In this final, CGI sandstorm showdown with the villain,
right,
the uncle. I think the stakes are pretty clear. Like, he's got to do this or else their world is going to end, right?
Right.
And you've got to prevent him from doing this from rewriting history.
Right.
But kind of emotionally, it's kind of empty. And there's no real battle. They're just hanging on to the dagger.
Right. They're both just like...
right?
They're both just kind of fighting for the dagger.
And they flail away from the dagger and they come back to it. They keep flailing away from it. And then all of a sudden, he's back in...
I mean, the emotional moment is when, he
drops her.
He drops her. Tamina kind of sacrifices herself so that he can save the world.
Right. And the thing is, at the end, the audience knows, because they can undo time and all this, there's no real, sacrifice. Mm-hmm. Which undercuts the whole point of this thing. Okay, because think about it. Mm-hmm. The dagger is supposed to change time, and you affect it.
Yes.
You affect it. And you don't just do the same thing.
Right.
You affect time and it changes the outcome.
It does.
Right. So why should the climax be any different?
Exactly.
It should be changing of time, and you're changing the outcome.
You're actually changing the outcome.
Right. So here's what I think.
Okay.
All right. This might be so far out there.
Here we go.
So there's a fight between the uncle and Destin, right?
Yes.
But the uncle got there first, remember, because he was there. So the uncle gets there first, and he starts. I think it would be like, because the rules are different. The sands of time start to restore his older body.
Okay.
Into a younger peak self of him.
So it's turning back time for him. So he's becoming the younger, stronger version of who he used to be.
Exactly. And then the fight begins there, both physically, right? And
so now he's more of an equal match with Destin.
Not just like, I'm holding onto the dagger, push you.
Yeah.
Whatever. But we see that there's irreversible stakes here. All right. Mm-hmm. So once the dagger is in this hourglass thing, it can only be used this one last time, because if it ever goes in there, that's it. It's going to be returned to the mountain, returned to the gods, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
But the person that's going to be wielding it is erased from time.
Okay.
Meaning all from not just, and that they just say is erased from time, and they think that means killed.
Right. Vanished.
Never born. Yeah.
Yeah.
but it doesn't quite mean that. Okay. So, and also, I know there's a lot of little points here, so just keep following me.
I'm hanging in there.
They also say, a bunch of times that Destin doesn't have any blood of, he's just a orphan.
Right,
blah,
he's
blah.
just an orphan.
Right, but then she says that only a guardian could use the knife properly to go through time and blah, blah. But he is able to wield it, and we realize, he's special.
He is a guardian.
He was a guardian. His parents.
It's revealed in this moment that he actually is
special. Right. And he's able to wield this, incredibly well.
Dagger. Mm-hmm.
Right. But he uses it selflessly. And in doing so, he starts to rewrite the world of peace, and it's starting to be restored. But then it's tragically, and emotionally satisfying because he is the one that is forgotten. He's choosing to take the hit.
Okay.
Right. And be forgotten in history. Right. But the thing is, that's the whole thing. He's forgotten through history, but it's not erasing him from time. It means erasing his memory from other people. So of course, right. So she can still remember him because she's with him on that journey. She's right there.
Right.
She doesn't. Yeah. And of course she's a guardian too, and she's able. Right. She's within the realm.
Maybe she's even holding on to him.
Right.
Or she's part of this end thing.
Yeah. This end moment. And she knows who he is, but everyone else is going to be forgetting him. Okay. That leads straight into this last point. The ending reset is so unfulfilling because the time reversal is like, well, everything is reset, and the audience is like, oh, right, I guess.
Right. Happily ever after.
Happily ever after.
We just went back in time and fixed everything.
It's no big deal. So for a fix, okay, and this is going to be, again, I'll do my best.
Okay.
Here, okay. So imagine peak uncle.
Right.
And Destin. We've been saying it differently the whole time.
Destin.
Well, but they do it with an English accent, and they kind of
Destin.
So Destin. So Destin. All right. So look, you got the peak uncle and our hero Jake Gyllenhaal.
Right.
So here's the idea. They're going, the uncle's original thing was to go back and stop his younger self from killing the lion that was going to kill his brother.
Right.
Changing history completely. What if these two, Destin and the uncle, they're fighting each other through time? Okay. Imagine all of these.
So instead of just hanging on to a dagger,
they're fighting each other through the streams of time, and at all these different points in the history of their family. Whenever the brother was about to, and you see that earlier, it was like, oh, there were so many. It was like that was just the first of many, right?
Yeah,
the first of many times that he was saved, and he was like, I could have been dead over, there's 10 different times I could. Each time.
Right.
The brother is coming in to change it, and Destin is stepping in, and they're fighting and throwing each other into different time streams and stopping each other. He's stopping them, right? And then and this is because, again, they just reset everything at the very end, and it's supposed to be like, everybody's okay, and everybody's alive, and the audience is like, oh, well, that's kind of empty. What if they earn it? Right?
Okay.
What if Destin is like, as he's going through the timeline, he stops the arrows that were going to hit his brother. He throws the shield, and he ducks back into the cave. Right. He does
so
something.
He's not just saving his dad from the uncle. He's saving his brothers.
His brothers and
he's
everybody.
Saving, this whole journey that he's been on, he's saving their lives.
That's right. And as he pulls himself out of those things, he's erasing himself from their memory. How tragic, right? He's saving them, and they don't even know it's him doing it.
So at the end, he has saved everybody.
Well, at the end, the gods need to take that person up, but it's decided instead of Destin, it takes the uncle, and it takes his life, and he's taken out, right?
Right.
And then it's just left with Destin and the girl. And they're together.
And she remembers. She remembers right? him. She doesn't forget him.
She remembers him, but all of, he's been lost to time, which means he's been forgotten. Not killed, but forgotten.
He's been forgotten.
In time. So he's no longer the prince of Persia.
So
right?
it's a sacrifice.
It's a sacrifice.
He gives up his life with his brothers.
And the life that he had with them.
To save not only the planet and humanity,
but their lives. That's right.
But them
as well.
But he saves them.
He saves them.
But his reward is that he gets to be with this girl, and she remembers.
And he now lives. He starts living his life. So then, whenever
so he lives his life from that moment on with her.
With her. That's right.
Okay.
And then, so like for example, when they come to invade, then it's like he's seeing his brothers come in, and they're meeting the king of this land,
Okay.
And they're the princes coming in, and they start forming a bond, and they're like, and he's like, there's something about him. I really like him, right? You do that thing. Of course, you do
down
English
the road,
accent.
he does end up having a relationship with his brothers, just not as brothers, and it's actually better because they were mistrustful of him
earlier. That's right.
In the way he originally grew up. And everything.
Right. So I think that's my ending. That's my new. It's just fixing those broken moments and fixing all the deaths without making it go, just back and nothing happened.
Right.
It's actually kind of, in an interesting way, it was kind of done like that in the Live, Die, Repeat, where at the very end, they did jump back, but they were defeated. And they're like, what happened?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But he was erased.
We don't even really know. They didn't know that it was him.
And I didn't even think about that until just like this moment.
Just
but like,
now.
Right. That's the idea.
Right. So things have been fixed, but they don't know it's him.
They don't know it was him that did it.
So fascinating. Yeah. So overall, it could have been amazing. It could have been epic.
Yes.
He could have had a better purpose.
Yeah.
A purpose
and
towards
a way better
honor.
Ending. Right.
She could have had a better purpose. She could have
any purpose.
She could have had a deeper, more meaningful character arc.
Right.
The battle at the end could have been epic. Between him and the uncle fighting through time, where he actually has to sacrifice his memory or the memory of him to save the people that he loves who didn't necessarily love him back.
Right.
And at the end, though, he gets the reward of living his life out with this girl and having a different kind of relationship with those people.
Right. So Prince of Persia wasn't necessarily broken because of the visuals or the cast.
Right.
It was, I think it was honestly, it's because they played it safe.
Yeah.
I think they played it safe and they had the tools for a mythic, a myth-defining story, sweeping myth about time and destiny and redemption, but they didn't take a swing for the fences. I think they just went try to get on first base.
Yeah,
and they could have done so much more with it. Got a better structure, deeper emotion, like real consequences, and it could have been really cool. But instead, it was just kind of to me, it was kind of forgettable. To you, it was buyable. But
to me, it was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
But it could have been epic. You're right.
Yeah. Well, that
there
was
you go.
it. That's the Prince of Egypt.
That's a movie I'd like to watch. Prince of Egypt. Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia. Yeah. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, because that actually exists. That exists too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
My bad. Well, that's our story. That's our fixes.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for everybody listening. Every week I'm always just so shocked. They're like, oh, wow, we got another country. We had Serbia and there's Italy. And I was like, wow, these guys.
Movie lovers everywhere.
Yeah, it's so much fun. I hope you guys enjoy this. And wherever you're listening, I hope this brings you some joy. And, we're heading up on Christmas. We're getting, we've got a Thanksgiving episode coming up next week.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. And we've got a special one that, it's coming up. It's the wall.
Yeah.
It's The Wall. It's Matt Damon's The Wall.
I'm excited.
Which I've given thanks for many times.
Have you?
No.
We're thankful we don't have to watch it again.
Yeah, and then we have our Christmas special coming up as well. So yeah, you guys, thanks for listening. Share it. Leave some comments, and that's it.
Okay.
So, thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.